Hey there. So we're going to talk about one of my favorite plants on the farm now. This is something called bronze fennel, and it's the one right next to me with these beautiful bronze silvery kind of leaves or fronds on them, and there's more spindly stems. And so fennel is something that a lot of people are going to be familiar with. You can pick it up in most grocery stores. It's going to have a big light green bulb and bright green tops to it. If you're lucky, you'll get a lot of that on top as well. Bronze fennel's a little bit different in that you won't get a big bulb, and you'll get a lot of fronds, and you'll get these beautiful yellow fennel crowns and flowers as well. And the flavor to it is a little bit sweeter, I find, and the fronds are a little bit more tender. And so that action is all about the fronds and the flowers. It's not so much in that stem area or the bulb. And so let me show you what I'm talking about with one of these fronds. I'm going to pick this guy leaning over a little bit. Here we go. And you'll see that really beautiful, delicate branching structure. It almost looks like a little winter tree, you know, with its leaves stripped off of it. And chefs love these kind of things because they're really so beautiful on the plate. And something that's small, it's not, you know, got a little weight to it, is going to have a lot of presence in terms of aroma and in terms of taste. And so, yeah, just eating that right there, you're getting a sweetness to it. You're getting that anise, that classic anise flavor as well. And yeah, it's something that's so light. It just tastes so good. And in addition to that, we also have the flowers, or sometimes we'll call them the crowns. And they can come really, really big. So like this, for instance, or pretty petite like that. And the crowns are great because you're going to get the beginnings of fennel seeds in here. That's what these all are going to produce. So a little flower like that is going to be really packed with flavor. Oh, it's so fresh, so good. Now, in terms of how this grows in our system, you can see it's a mature plant. This has been in the system for several months. It's something that we can cut and come again. So that's what farmers say when we can harvest multiple times from the same crop. And we'll keep this in there for as long as it's healthy. It'll tend to be healthy for a few months, and then you know, even up to maybe 6 months or so, and then probably we'll replace it with something else. But it's always kicking off these crowns, and you can see, yeah, lots of healthy growth here from these bronze fennel plants. In terms of how you might use it in your dishes, it's really, really nice and flexible. I would say a classic pairing for this on the sweeter side might be something like grapefruit. Works really, really well with fennel. For instance, a lot of times people use it on a fish dish or something really light like that. Certainly, if I was going to use it, I would definitely be using this at the last moment as a garnish. So you want to keep that fresh flavor intact. I wouldn't really cook it down too much. You're going to lose some of that. But you can even just take off little stems like that. And it's such a pretty addition to a dish that it's really going to elevate something, even something simple like you could do, you know, a pasta, you know, on the lighter side, maybe like a cacio e pepe. Even if you wanted to give like an anise flavor to that, I would drop something like this on top. Could be really lovely. And then one of the other uses I would say would be in beverages. So classic would be to make fennel tea. And the great thing about bronze fennel tea is it produces this really exotic kind of blue purpley color. So if you have a clear glass and this fennel tea, just looks really, really striking. And that tea is said to have some really good properties in terms of calming down the stomach. So some people find it to be a digestive aid. It's also known to be used, fennel seeds, for menstrual cramps, for instance. And so there may be some good properties as well there. So it's definitely a healthy thing to include in your diet. If you're not so concerned about health, maybe try it on a cocktail as well. So if you've got maybe a drink that has some of those anise flavors, like a pastis or an arak, there's a lot of sort of anise flavored liqueurs around the world. Try something like that. Try, you know, resting this on the top of the cocktail. It gives a really, really nice kind of special appearance to something that can be quite simple. So lots of really cool uses for bronze fennel.